Okay, you're all welcome to my channel again. Today we go hard. Let's see what's happening in the social media space. So, just about 2 days ago, we had the NDC launching their youth manifesto, which they call the pledge. All right, this is the first of its kind in the space because I don't see NPP, which is the main contender, launching a youth manifesto separately. All right, so NDC has done that, and they specifically did it on the International Youth Day, which is quite impressive. So during I think the whole program was in two parts. The first one was what was held during the day at the UPSA, where a lot of should I say the goodies or what the party intends to do was laid down in the form of a manifesto. This was more like a youth-led. We had a lot of their youth representatives coming on, and people have applauded Pablo, who is Opariado, for organizing such a successful program. In fact, for the program, if you say it wasn't successful, maybe you are just an opponent, right? The program was successful. The auditorium was heavily packed. We had dope performances from Olive the Boy and all that. So the issues arising. First of all, people are criticizing Olive the Boy for going to perform. People think that he went there to perform because one is a relative, he's a friend to Sharaf, who is Mohammed's son. Others also think that he went there because his manager is Baba Sadiq, who is also contesting as an MP in one of the seats in Accra. All right, good. But my thoughts on that is that just like the artist has granted in an interview, it was purely business. It was purely business. Good. So I said the program was youth led, right? So we saw a lot of interesting persons in attendance, right? Abiku Santana was there. This guy that went for MP at Keta and didn't win, that fresh boy too was there. I've forgotten his name. A lot of people, Kali J, Sharaf Mahama, who is the president's son, was also there. A lot of people, Charlie, those you know and those who are popular on social media and those who are not, were all there. So one key thing arising is that after the main program, they had an evening section which was a Youth Connect, also at Bukum Arena. You know, Bukum Arena, Mahama really likes the place, right? No doubt, because he built it. You can't doubt that he built it. So during that program, a lot of questions were asked. The first one, they didn't really have the one at UPS, they didn't have the chance to really ask questions, but the one at the Bukum Arena, there was a question time with the president. He sacrificed himself for the youth to really ask him questions. He actually started with speaking pidgin. A lot of the goodies were also laid down for the youth to know, like cancelling the bet tax, the 10% bet tax, which which commanded a resounding voice and uproar in the crowd. You see that actually boys trap bets. Okay, so questions were asked, right? Key amongst them was one that was asked by the Twitter guru Kali J, who is also known as Jajimi. All right, and after he asked the question, the president said, "Oh, I know you, Kali J. My son has been mentioning you to me, and thanks for all that you are doing. And we know, in my previous video, I stated that Kali J is not promoting NDC because NDC is good. It's because of his friendship with Mohammed's son. You can't be friends with me and go and bash me on social media. Do you get it? So Charlie, politics is about self-interest. Don't go and follow an influencer just because he's propagating NDC or MPP message. All right. So that's one thing you need to take note of. The question he asked was that he asked about what president is going to do about brain drain. Right. That question wasn't really answered, but his other question was answered. So back home, when I say back home, I mean like back on Twitter, when all the dust settled, somebody commended Kali J for asking a question at the forum. Then our man appeared. When I say our man, Koji Sheldon, the head is big for a reason. The dingo man appeared and said, "Oh, they even invited me too, but I just didn't go because they wanted to give me a cooked question, like the type of question to ask. And I told them that I want to ask my own question." And this is the beginning of his struggle on Twitter for yesterday and today. As I'm talking, he's still being cooked. So, Twitter, you can't just go and make an allegation without evidence. So people start asking for evidence, which up to now he hasn't provided none. But one of the youth leaders who was in charge of the invitation came out and said, "No, Massa, you dey lie. You dey lie. We called you we gave you an invite, but we never specifically asked you to come and ask a particular type of question." And he provided evidence of the chat. But I have a problem with the chat because the way the chat has been is just one screenshot, and beneath the last sentence there's no space there. So my concern is, beneath that, is there more messages? Was there a call after the message was sent? And for Dingo Man, he has said it categorically that he is MPP. You see, I always say that politics is about ideology and loyalty. So he says he's NDC. He says he's MPP. He's not going for NDC program. You see, you can't do Anoma Kune. If you are for MPP, be for MPP. If you are for NDC, be for NDC. Politics is ideologies. There are a few times that you can be in your party and disagree with them. But if you want to be rewarded later or have influence in your party, please stand by your party's ideologies and be loyal. You see, politics everywhere in the world is based on ideologies. Do you subscribe to the ideology? And also loyalty, so that your party with time will reward you. So I think that what Sheldon has done, it will send a big signal to MPP. So, oh, Charlie, this is what is really for us. And a bigger signal to NDC and say, "Oh, Charlie, this one is not for us." You see, there are times that you can go around and talk about tolerance and all that. We'll come back to that another time. So that's on social media. That's what's happening now. So a lot of people are on Sheldon to provide evidence, and partly the evidence has been provided by the youth member, leadership member of NDC, who said, "Oh, we truly invited, but in the details of the invitation is what we don't know. The full details, we know parts of the details, but the full details we don't know." Good. Now let's back to the issues. So during the manifesto, key thing that NDC highlighted was free academic facility user fee for first year university students. Yummy, right, Charlie? It be yummy. So, Ghana, there can't be an election without promises of giving something for free. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk about the double standards of NDC in this regard. NDC has been lambasting free SHS from its conception in 2008 till 2016, and even beyond. They have been lambasting that it's just a wholesale. It's like there's no thinking that has gone into it. It's like everybody come and take it for free. And from what I hear from sources, NDC actually had a research to know what's going to influence influence the election in 2024. And one of the top 3 reasons was free education. You see, education has been running through since 2008, and even in 2024, free education. So you remember, right after that, the running mates of the NDC launched claim to the ownership of free SH and said, even free SHS, we started it. And just within that week, President Mahama also had a platform and also launched claim to it during his meeting with the journalist. You see, so they tried to launch claim to it, and I mean, CSOs and ordinary Ghanaian, even members of NDC said, oh, Charlie, for free SHS is a birthright of Nanado. Nanado give birth to it, right? So seeing that education is going to play a role, they tried to launch claim, and it didn't some way somehow succeed. They just went back to the drawing board. I'm sure they did their own research with backing research from EduWatch. EduWatch is an independent education research institute. They said that a lot of people are not able to go to school, university, because of what? Financial hindrances. So what happened was that, Charlie, they said, we've gotten the clue. We are going to provide every first year university student free tuition. Where you go bed, actually, you now go pay. If you go Kunti, they go pay your own money. If you go University or Katanga, they go pay your own money. If you go Africa, they go pay your money. If you go Splendor or Ivandi hostel, they go pay your own money. Then after first year, second year, third year, you pay your own money, pay your own school fees. Then people have begun asking questions. What's the essence of this? Is it a vote buying? So on social media and in mainstream media, that has been the topic. People are asking questions, and let's see the double standards. You see, in one end, you are criticizing free SH for being wholesale. You have actually promised to review it and let only those who can afford to pay. Then you come to the university and say, everybody free first year for you. Is that not double standards? Or, well, maybe they did their own research and saw that it's going to be fruitful. Yes. And we know that it will be more feasible than free SHS because there are fewer students going to the universities. I think they've done their estimate, and it's going to cost them about 300 million Ghana cedis every academic year. Now, their national organizer, which is Sami Jemfi, National Communication Director, which is Sami Jemfi, was granted an interview and said polytechnics are part. Yes, he said polytechnics are part, nursing trainings are part, teacher trainings are part. Then Pablo, who is the national youth organizer or national organizer, he says that no, please, for now polytechnics are not part. Later on they can be added, but for now they are not part. So then the question comes again: is it a well thought through policy? Is it a policy that they have actually have designed a policy document? There again, we've asked about the source of funding. People are saying it's going to be a loan. There have been a lot of communicators that are saying it's going to be a loan facility, but then Sami Jemfi has insisted that it is free. Then people are asking about the source of funding. They are saying, it will be done by Get Fund. Others are also saying, Sami Jemfi has said Get Fund and cutting wastage in the system. For example, cutting the number of presidential staffers is going to get them a lot of money to run this. Interesting, right? Double standards, Charlie. All right. So for me, my take, I'll always give you my take on all my videos, right? So this is my take. One, I think that giving anything free is not a bad thing. because of where I'm coming from, a deprived zone where a lot of people didn't get access to education because of money. All right. There again, you have to look at the relevance and the feasibility. All right. So that's my take on that. Is that what we really need now? We know that free SHS has brought a lot of enlightenment to the youth, a lot of people finishing SHS. You see, the good thing with the free SHS is that when you're done with SHS, even you stay home 20 years, you gather your own money, you can go to the university or do any other thing tertiary. See, but if you complete at GHS, it's difficult to continue. Very difficult. Good. Another take is that NDC is highlighting a wrong program. I think that there's an interesting manifesto promise on their youth manifesto, which should be highlighted. You see, they have given a comprehensive free apprenticeship program where anybody who wants to go and learn a trade, learn a skill, can be linked to a master. They'll pay the master, they train you, at the end of the day they give you a certificate. And sanujuma Charlie, where to any showroom, from your chairs, your mirror, your cupboard, your bed, your mattress, everything, even your car that you sit in when you go outside, everything is in Sanujuma. I think that they need to project such programs and don't let MPP dictate how your campaign should go. You see, you can't give me about 20. If you go on Sami Jemfi's page on Twitter right now, there are about 20, Charlie, about 20 dope promises. Another is that they are going to provide skilled workers, informal skilled workers like fitters, like carpenters, a pension scheme for something that I think is very good. If you're able to formalize it, let them pay taxes, let them make some SNET contributions. Then when they are retiring, these are dope promises, and it's been all covered by just one policy, which is going to benefit just about less than 200,000 people, which is free first years. So I think that the campaigners, the lead campaigners for the party, which is NDC, should go around all the media houses on social media and say, no, this is not our only promise. There are other dope ones, and highlights on these ones. The apprenticeship program, Charlie, if they make apprenticeship free, I have a dope profession, right? I mean, I can't disclose it because this channel is anonymous for now. But I could have also gone to learn something. You see, if the apprenticeship program is brought to light, Charlie, so this is my take on everything that's happening. There's a lot more happening with regards to the youth manifesto. Is there another manifesto? But the youth manifesto looks like a real deal for the youth. They've also singled out the youth manifesto because, Charlie, the research shows that there are a lot of first-timers who are going to vote. And you know, a lot of the first-timers are beneficiaries of free SHS. So NDC is doing a lot to really capture the attention of these voters. And let's see what happens. Charlie, the space make giddy. All right. All the best to NDC, to MPP. Charlie, may the best win. And may the near teams who win. And let's see what the country holds for all of us. I drop the mic.